What's up guys, Jonas here. I'm in Thailand right now, so I have a substitute teacher for today's video, but I'll shut up now and let him introduce himself.
Hey guys, my name is Mio. I'm a good friend of Jonas. And he asked me to be his substitute today. I'm a horrible teacher, but I'll try to show you some of the stuff I can do. I've produced a lot of music for different artists, and I think by now I've racked up over 1 billion streams on Spotify, so I'm really happy about that. But what I'm going to show you today is how we can turn your own vocal or an acapella into a lead synth. I can show you some of the tracks I've done this to. In this one, I've recorded my own vocal, just singing something that really doesn't mean anything, but I just found some words to sing. This one I've done a tutorial on before, but this is just me singing some lyrics, and I always try to come up with a cool melody that will fit the rest of the track. And I also hope that the lyrics will tell the same story as the original lyrics. And here's another one where I just found a little sentence that I liked. This is called "I don't want to die alone," because I really don't want to die alone. And I just found a really nice melody to sing that in. It sounded horrible. I auto-tuned it and it sounded pretty cool. What you also can do, you can take the original vocals, find a little piece of it, and then auto-tune it or it up to sound pretty cool. Sounds pretty cool. Let's dive into it. What I would like to teach you today is how to make a vocal into a lead synth. In this particular track that I'm going to show you first, I've used my own vocals to create a weird synth. So this is what it sounds like before I did anything.
With somebody, I know what she lets you do. With somebody, I wanna know, yeah, I wanna know.
After a lot of processing, it ended up like this. Which sounds kind of unique and cool in my opinion. But what we're gonna do today is to go through a remix I did of the new Alan Walker track. This particular song, I didn't use my own vocals. I tried to do that first, but it didn't sound good. So then I just used parts of the original a cappella. So that is also something you can do if you're uncomfortable about singing for yourself. What I can show you first is how this is gonna sound when it's finished. This is the drop of the track. I'm gonna try to explain how I got to that. I think this sounds kind of unique, and in my opinion, you get a lot more vibe out of a vocal than, say, just a synth like this. Sounds kind of boring, you know. In this particular situation, what I tried to do first was to record my own voice, sing some shit. Sounded horrible. I think this is it. I was not happy about that. In the track it sounded okay, but it wasn't like as powerful as I wanted, and if I just turn up the volume it sounded like really shitty. So what I did then, I drew up the melody that I want first in the synth you heard. And then what I did was to find a little piece of the acapella that I could cut up. At this stage, I don't pay attention to the melody at all. Just the rhythm of the melody. This is before I do any auto-tune stuff. This is just cuts from the track. You could leave it like that, but it's not a good melody. So what I then did, I have done it, but I can try to do it again. I used autotune in graphic mode, and then I tracked the whole lead thing there, like the cut up vocal, and then I put the notes where I want them afterwards. So I'm gonna erase everything I have done before and do it again. Then I just hit track pitch and then play it once. I'm actually pretty nervous doing this because I know how much this means to Jonas, this YouTube channel. I'm not as good as him doing this, so I don't want to up. If you zoom into this, it's a horrible thing to work with, this autotune. But if you zoom into it, you can just mark small places you want to work with. And then what you do is you draw the melody that you planned out earlier, or another one if it sounds better. But I have planned out one. You know, this one. And now I'm gonna shut up and draw the whole thing. There I found the first note, so then I can go out from there. I just retune to maximum. That usually works. Or if you think something else sounds better. If you know what key the song is in, you can adjust that in autotune. Then you only see the notes that are in that particular key. But I have no idea what I'm doing at all times, so I don't with that. If some notes end up being glitchy, you can go into the sample box and then just change the pitch to something closer. Remember to make it unique and then change the pitch to something closer to what you're trying to reach with autotune. That is why this one is already up there. What is good with autotune is you can also like pitch bend stuff. This is a very staccato melody, so I'm not gonna pitch bend this, but if you have a long note, you can draw the autotune line just how we want. Feel really bad for doing this because I know how much Jonas cares about sound design and everything, and I just totally up this sound. But he invited me, so he has to deal with it. This last part I can cut out because I can use the one from here. That's gonna be the same. What I do after that is I click format and I change the throat length to something that sounds good. Just try anything. Either a deeper one like that or Mickey Mouse type of sound. I have a lot of effects on here now, but I can remove them to show you what it sounds like. So what I do then is I export this as a sample so that I don't have to deal with autotune, because autotune makes a little bit of lag in FL Studio. Let's pretend I export this and out comes. I also have just a simple limiter, probably the worst one. Jonas is gonna hate me for using this one. I don't know why I use it, I like it. First I just EQ it a bit. Just to get it a little bit sharper, brighter. I use this little plugin called BX Refinement. What this does is it takes out the harshness of the sound, because usually when you do this, it gets really harsh. There's a lot of frequencies that sounds bad in your ears. So I can show you what it takes out. Only shit sounding things, you know. Yeah, it just sounds better and smoother to your ears with that on. I guess there was another frequency that bothered me, so I've added another EQ just to bring it down at 4,900. After that, I have a reverb, which is just slightly on. I use way too much reverb, but I like it. And then the other reverb is automated, so that is like a really heavy one, but it only turns on with this automation. Jonas has probably talked about this, but I do that reverse reverb to suck you into the next beat throughout the track. Okay, let's listen to how it sounds now after I added the effects and done the auto tuning. Just short at the end there, I can show you what lies underneath so that you understand the layers. So this is what it sounds like with all the effects and percussions and so forth. Then I added this bass line. And another layer. This is a slap bass. I cut out the bass of it just to have it on the top. And finally I have a brass stab. I don't know why I've put it in the bass channel, but it's there. It just helps with the energy of the track. After that, I've done the chords. The reason why I don't click on these is because I'm embarrassed that I'm using Nexus for these. It sounds good, so I don't care. This is the first layer. Yeah, I modify them a bit so they sound a bit different than original samples. This is the second layer, a little bit more loose. And the last layer. And all together. Then I've added the same reverse reverb effect on the chords, but not with the same automation, just another one. sucks you into the next beat. So they sound like this all together. And then with all the claps and everything. I'm not a mixing legend like Jonas, so mix-wise for the chords, I've just done some EQing to the top to brighten it or whatever. I've slightly panned the chords out to either side with the stereo enhancer. Jonas is going to shoot me for that. And then there's the reverb, which is automated. The bass has just an EQ that is dropping a few frequencies that was too loud, in my opinion. And yeah, that's about it. Let's listen to it.
We were young, posters on the wall, praying we're the ones that the teacher wouldn't call. We would stare at each other, cause we were always in trouble. And all the cool kids did their own thing. I was on the outside, always looking in. Yeah, I was there, but I wasn't. They never really cared if I wasn't. We all need that someone who gets you like no one else, right when you need it the most. We all need a soul to rely on, a shoulder to cry on, a friend through the highs and the lows. I'm not gonna make it alone, la 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 la. I'm not gonna make it alone, la 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 la.
Sounds pretty cool. And for the last drop, this is also really cool. Instead of starting the melody in the same way, I did put a vocal there instead.
I'm not gonna make it alone.
I'm pretty happy with the track, so if you like it, just leave a comment, say whatever you want. There's Jonas has this thing with the free mastering. He'll pick one of the 500 first comments or something. Yeah, so thanks for thanks for having me, Jonas. Sorry this was a horrible video. I'll try to get better at it, and I hope to see you guys next time. Subscribe, hit the bell thing, and yeah, I approve this message.